A retired postal worker from Baltimore sat down one evening and did the math on his pension. $1,900 a month! That was it. No inheritance. Coming. No investments. No side income. Just $1,900 every single month for the rest of his life. In Baltimore, his rent alone was $1,400. That left $500 for food, gas, insurance, medicine, and everything else a human needs to stay alive. He was not retiring. He was slowly going broke in a uniform. Then his cousin told him about a town in Virginia he had never heard of. He drove there on a Saturday, expecting nothing. He found a revitalized downtown with restaurants and art galleries on a river. Median home price $98,000. He sold his Baltimore condo. Bought a 3-bedroom house with a front porch and a backyard for $91,000. Cash. No mortgage. His monthly expenses now total $1,140. His pension is $1,900. He banks $760 every single month. He is not surviving anymore. He is saving money on a postal worker's pension in a town with a river, a downtown, and a life he did not know was possible. His exact words on a government employee retirement forum still sit with me. Nobody told me places like this existed. I spent 20 years assuming my pension meant poverty. It does not. It means freedom, but only if you know where to look. Here's the lie that keeps people trapped. Your pension is not enough. You hear it from financial advisors who make money when you feel afraid. You hear it from the news that profits from your anxiety. You hear it from friends who live in expensive cities and assume everywhere costs the same. And slowly you start believing it. You start believing that $1,500 or $2,000 a month means you are destined to struggle. But that belief is based on one broken assumption: that you have to stay where you are. The average government pension in America is between $1,500 and $2,500 a month. In New York, that is poverty. In San Francisco, that is homelessness. In Chicago, that is stress. But in certain towns scattered across this country, that exact same pension is comfort. It is security. It is enough. We are counting down 12 of those towns. Hidden towns you have probably never heard of. Where your pension does not just cover the bills. It covers the bills and leaves money in your pocket every single month. One town on this list has median homes under $90,000 with a revitalized arts district. Another has a UNESCO designation and homes under $115,000. And the number one pick is a town so charming, so affordable, and so unknown that retirees who find it say the same thing over and over again. Why did nobody tell me about this place? Like this video, if you have ever stared at your pension statement and felt your stomach drop, subscribe, because this channel finds the towns where that pension becomes more than enough. Let us find them. Number 12. McAlester, Oklahoma. Population, about 18,000. Median home price, approximately $95,000. McAlester is the kind of town the rest of America drives past on the highway without knowing what it missed. It sits in southeastern Oklahoma, surrounded by rolling hills and lakes. Lake Eufaula, the largest lake in Oklahoma, is 20 minutes away. The McAlester Army Ammunition Plant provides stable federal employment. That military connection means the town understands pension culture. People here respect fixed income living because many of them live it. Cost of living is 22% below the national average. Property taxes in Oklahoma run about 0.87% on a $95,000 home that is roughly $69 a month. Oklahoma does not tax military retirement pay. Social Security is also untaxed below certain thresholds. Healthcare comes through McAlester Regional Health Center. The downtown has been maintained with local restaurants and shops. The Oklahoma State Penitentiary is here, which sounds unusual, but it provides hundreds of stable government jobs. The Italian Festival every year celebrates the town's Italian-American heritage and draws visitors from across the state. The downside is southeastern Oklahoma is genuinely remote. Tulsa is about 2 hours north. Dallas is about 3 hours south. Cultural amenities beyond the basics are limited. Summer heat is intense and humid. And the town's economy depends heavily on government employment. But on a pension of $1,800 a month, your total monthly costs here sit around $900 to $1,100 with a paid-off home. That leaves $700 of breathing room every single month. That is what pension freedom actually looks like. Number 11, Meridian, Mississippi. Population about 35,000. Median home price approximately $92,000. Meridian was once the largest city in Mississippi. The railroad built this town, and the railroad heritage still defines its character. The historic Union Station is a stunning Romanesque revival building. The Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Experience Museum is downtown. Jimmie Rodgers, the father of country music, is from Meridian. The Jimmie Rodgers Museum celebrates his legacy. The downtown has maintained its historic character with brick buildings and local businesses. Cost of living is 25% below the national average. That 25% number is massive. Everything costs less here. Groceries, gas, dining, services, everything. Property taxes in Mississippi are among the lowest in America at about 0.8%. On a $92,000 home, that equals roughly $61 a month. Mississippi does not tax Social Security income, and the first $54,000 in retirement income is exempt for married couples. Healthcare is available through Rush Health Systems and Anderson Regional Medical Center. Naval Air Station Meridian provides additional economic stability and military community. The downside is Mississippi consistently ranks at or near the bottom in state quality metrics. Healthcare outcomes lag behind national averages. Summer heat and humidity are genuinely oppressive. Some neighborhoods require careful research for safety, and the broader economic challenges of rural Mississippi are real and visible. But $92,000 homes in a town with museums, history, and 2 hospitals on a pension alone, your monthly costs land around $850 to $1,050. Meridian does not just make pension retirement possible, it makes it comfortable. Number 10, Chillicothe, Ohio. The first capital of Ohio. Population about 21,000. Median home price approximately $105,000. Chillicothe sits in the Scioto River Valley, surrounded by Appalachian foothills. The landscape is genuinely beautiful in ways that people do not associate with Ohio. Payne Creek State Park and Tar Hollow State Park are nearby. Hopewell Culture National Historical Park is right here. Ancient Native American earthworks over 2,000 years old. A national park in a town most Americans have never heard of. The downtown has maintained its historic character. The Majestic Theater, built in 1853, still operates with live performances. The outdoor drama Tecumseh runs every summer in the Hillside Amphitheater. Cost of living is about 19% below the national average. Ohio property taxes run about 1.36%, which is moderate. On a $105,000 home, that is about $119 a month. Higher than Mississippi or Oklahoma, but still very manageable. Columbus is only 45 minutes north. That gives you access to a major metro area for specialized healthcare, shopping, and entertainment. Close enough for day trips, but far enough to stay affordable. The downside is Chillicothe has struggled economically. The opioid crisis hit this region particularly hard. Some areas of town show visible decline. Job opportunities are limited. And Ohio winters are gray and cold from November through March. But a former state capital with a national park and homes at 105,000. 45 minutes from Columbus! On a pension of $2,000 a month, your total costs here run around $1,100 to $1,300. That math leaves room to actually live, not just survive. Number 9, Clarksburg, West Virginia. Population about 15,000. Median home price approximately $85,000. $85,000. For a home in a town with a beautiful historic downtown and mountain scenery in every direction. Clarksburg sits in the north-central mountains of West Virginia. The downtown is anchored by a stunning courthouse and surrounded by brick commercial buildings that have survived for over a century. The West Virginia Italian Heritage Festival happens here every Labor Day weekend. It is one of the largest Italian festivals in the country. Clarksburg's Italian-American community has been here for generations, and the food proves it. The FBI's Criminal Justice Information Services Division is headquartered here. That is the largest FBI facility in the world. It provides thousands of stable federal jobs and brings an educated professional workforce. The Veterans Administration Medical Center is also here, providing excellent healthcare access. West Virginia does not tax Social Security income. Property taxes are among the lowest in America at about 0.56%. On an $85,000 home, that equals roughly $40 a month in property taxes. $40. Cost of living is about 24% below national average. The downside is West Virginia's broader economic challenges are real. Population has been declining. Opioid crisis impacts are visible. Mountain winters are cold and snowy. And beyond the FBI facility, the economy is limited. But a mountain town with an FBI headquarters, a VA hospital, and $85,000 homes. On a government pension, your total monthly costs can stay under $950. That leaves over half your pension untouched every single month. Number 8, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And this is where the list starts offering more than just affordability. Population about 40,000. Median home price, approximately $132,000. Cape Girardeau sits on the Mississippi River in southeast Missouri. The riverfront has been beautifully developed with a floodwall mural that stretches over 1,000 feet. Local artists painted the history of the region on the floodwall, and it is stunning. Southeast Missouri State University provides cultural events, lectures, and an educated community. The downtown has genuine character with local restaurants and shops. Rush Limbaugh grew up here, but regardless of your politics, the town itself is charming and affordable. Cape Girardeau is a regional hub. A real hospital, shopping centers, multiple grocery stores, and enough services that you do not feel like you are living in the middle of nowhere. Missouri taxes retirement income but offers deductions for seniors. Property taxes run about 0.99%. Cost of living is about 15% below the national average. St. Louis is about 90 minutes north, giving you major city access when needed. The Trail of Tears State Park is just north of town with river bluffs and hiking. The downside is flooding risks. Near the river is real, despite the flood wall. Summer humidity in the Mississippi River Valley is brutal. Southeast Missouri is culturally isolated from the rest of the state, and the town's economy depends heavily on the university and regional services. But a Mississippi River town with university culture and homes at 132. On a pension of $2,000 a month, your costs run around $11.50 to $13.50. That is real money left over in a town with real things to do. We are past halfway, and the towns ahead are getting genuinely special. The top 3 include a UNESCO creative city most Americans have never heard of, a Lake Superior gem that looks like it belongs in a travel magazine, and the number 1 pick is a town so charming that every retiree who discovers it asks the same question. Why did nobody tell me this existed? Stay with me! Number 7. Las Vegas, New Mexico. And no, not that Las Vegas. This one was here first. Population, about 13,000. Median home price, approximately $135,000. Las Vegas, New Mexico was a booming railroad and ranching town in the 1800s. Over 900 buildings in the town are on the National Register of Historic Places. 900. That is one of the highest concentrations of historic architecture in the western United States. The plaza downtown is a classic southwestern town square. Adobe and territorial style buildings surround a central park. It looks like a movie set for a western film, because it has been. Multiple movies and television shows have filmed here. New Mexico Highlands University provides cultural programming and intellectual engagement. The Montezuma Castle, just outside town, is a former luxury resort built in 1882. It is now part of the United World Colleges, and its architecture is breathtaking. Story Lake State Park is right outside town. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains rise dramatically to the west. The Santa Fe National Forest is your backyard. Cost of living is about 21% below the national average. New Mexico property taxes are low at about 0.73%. Climate is high desert with 4 seasons, warm summers, real winters with snow, and over 300 days of sunshine. The downside is New Mexico taxes Social Security above certain income thresholds. Isolation is real with Santa Fe about 65 miles southwest and Albuquerque about 2 hours. Healthcare options are limited to 1 regional hospital. The economy has struggled for decades, and poverty rates in the surrounding area are above average. But 900 historic buildings in a mountain town with southwestern charm at $135,000 homes. Your pension covers everything here with room to spare. Number 6, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And Hattiesburg is the affordable college town most people have never considered. Population, about 48,000. Median home price, approximately $128,000. The University of Southern Mississippi anchors the economy and the culture. William Carey University adds a second institution. 2 universities in one affordable town means double the cultural programming. Lectures, concerts, sporting events, theater productions, and an educated community. Hattiesburg's downtown has been genuinely revitalized. The historic Depot District has restaurants, breweries, and live music venues. Longleaf Trace is a 41-mile paved trail for biking and walking. It runs through forests and countryside, and it is completely free. DeSoto National Forest is right outside town with hiking and outdoor recreation. Camp Shelby Joint Forces Training Center provides military economic stability. Cost of living is about 23% below the national average. Mississippi's retirement tax advantages apply here. Property taxes are extremely low. Healthcare is strong with 2 major hospital systems serving the region. The downside is Mississippi summer heat and humidity are punishing. Some neighborhoods have higher crime that requires careful research. State infrastructure and education rankings are among the lowest nationally. And Hattiesburg is 2 hours from any major metro area. But a 2-university college town with a revitalized downtown and 41 miles of trails at $128,000 homes. On a pension of $1,700 a month, your costs here run about $950 to $1,150. That leaves money for living, not just existing. Number 5. Danville, Virginia. This is the town that the postal worker from Baltimore found. And it is the town that is quietly becoming one of the best hidden retirement values in the eastern United States. Population about 40,000. Median home price approximately $98,000. Danville sits on the Dan River in southern Virginia. The River District downtown has been transformed in the last decade. Historic tobacco warehouses have been converted into restaurants, breweries, apartments, and art spaces. The Crossing at the Dawn is a stunning Riverwalk development. The Danville Museum of Fine Arts and History is housed in the last capital of the Confederacy. Regardless of the history, the building and collection are genuinely impressive. Averett University provides educational and cultural programming. The Ringgold Rail Trail offers paved walking and biking. And the Dan River itself offers kayaking, fishing, and natural beauty running through the heart of town. Virginia taxes retirement income but offers age-based deductions for residents over 6. Property taxes in Danville run about 0.83%. Cost of living is roughly 21% below the national average. Greensboro, North Carolina is 45 minutes south. Roanoke is about 90 minutes north. You have access to 2 metro areas without paying metro prices. The downside is Danville's economy was devastated when textiles and tobacco left. Recovery is happening, but it is not complete. Some neighborhoods show visible economic struggle. The town's reputation has not caught up to its revival. And Southern Virginia summers are hot and humid. But a Riverwalk downtown with breweries and arts at $98,000 homes? This is where that postal worker banks $760 a month on a pension alone. Number 4. Natchitoches, Louisiana. The oldest permanent settlement in the Louisiana Purchase, founded in 1714. 311 years of continuous history. Population about 18,000. Median home price approximately $122,000. Natchitoches is pronounced Neck, and it is one of the most beautiful small towns in the entire American South. The Cane River Lake runs through the center of town. A 33-block National Historic Landmark District lines the riverfront brick streets, cast iron balconies, French colonial architecture, and live oaks draped in Spanish moss. The Steel Magnolias movie was filmed here. The Christmas Festival of Lights has been running since 1927. Over 300,000 lights line the riverfront every December. It draws over 100,000 visitors annually. Northwestern State University provides cultural and educational engagement. The Natchitoches meat pie is a local delicacy you cannot get anywhere else. Louisiana does not tax Social Security or most retirement income. Property taxes are low at approximately 0.55%. Cost of living is about 18% below the national average. The downside is Louisiana infrastructure and education rankings are among the lowest nationally. Summer heat and humidity are extreme. Healthcare options require driving to Shreveport about 75 minutes north for specialized care. Flooding risk from the Cane River is real, and the town is genuinely isolated. But a 300-year-old French colonial riverfront town with a major university? At $122,000 homes? With most retirement income untaxed? On a pension of $2,000 a month, your costs here run about $1,000 to $1,200. Natchitoches gives you history, beauty, and culture at a price that seems impossible for what you receive. Top 3. These are the towns that made me question why anyone retires to expensive cities. Towns where your pension is not just adequate, it is generous. Where the quality of life per dollar spent is so high it feels like cheating. Let us finish this. Number 3. Marquette, Michigan, the gem of Lake Superior's southern shore. Population about 20,000. Median home price approximately $175,000. Higher than most entries on this list, but worth every dollar for what you get. Marquette sits directly on Lake Superior, the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area. The waterfront is public and accessible. Presque Isle Park juts out into the lake with trails, cliffs, and panoramic views that belong in a national park. Northern Michigan University provides cultural programming, lectures, and community engagement. The downtown is walkable, vibrant, and full of locally owned restaurants, bookshops, and galleries. 3rd Street is one of the best small downtown corridors in the Midwest. Craft breweries have made Marquette a destination for food and drink. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan is outdoor recreation paradise. Hiking, skiing, kayaking, mountain biking, and fishing surround the town. Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is about 40 minutes east. Multicolored sandstone cliffs rising 200 feet above crystal clear lake water. Michigan does not tax Social Security income. Property taxes run about 1.32%. Cost of living is approximately 4% below the national average. The downside is winter. Upper Peninsula winter is among the harshest in the lower 48 states. Over 200 inches of snowfall annually. Temperatures stay below freezing for months. The nearest major city is Green Bay, about 3 hours south. Isolation is extreme. And the short summer season means you live for 5 months of paradise and endure 7 months of survival. But Lake Superior on your doorstep with a vibrant downtown and university culture, on a pension of $2,200 a month, your costs run about $1,200 to $1,400. Marquette is the hidden gem. that people who discover it refuse to leave, even for winter. Number 2, Paducah, Kentucky, a UNESCO creative city. Most Americans do not know that designation exists. They definitely do not know a town in western Kentucky has one. Paducah is one of only 9 cities in the entire United States selected by UNESCO for creative excellence. Population about 27,000. Median home price approximately $112,000. The Lowertown Arts District is the heartbeat of this designation. Artists bought and restored historic homes, creating a living, working arts neighborhood. Galleries, studios, and creative spaces fill the district. The National Quilt Museum is here. It sounds niche, but it is genuinely one of the most impressive textile art collections in the country. The Kasson Center for the Performing Arts is a world-class performance venue. It hosts national touring acts in a town of 27,000 people. Paducah sits at the confluence of the Tennessee and Ohio rivers. The riverfront has been developed with walking paths and parks. Kentucky does not tax Social Security income. Property taxes are extremely low at about 0.86%. On a $112,000 home, that is about $80 a month. Cost of living is roughly 20% below the national average. The downside is Western Kentucky is isolated. Nashville is about 2.5 hours south. St. Louis is about 3 hours northwest. Summer, heat, and humidity are intense. Some neighborhoods have higher crime. And outside the Arts District, much of Paducah is standard small city Kentucky without the charm, but a UNESCO creative city with a performing arts center and homes at $112,000. On a pension of $1,800 a month, your total costs run about $950 to $1,150. That leaves $650 to $850 every single month on a pension alone, in a town that UNESCO recognized for creative excellence. Number 1. And this is the town that answers the question nobody thinks to ask. What if your pension could buy you a genuinely beautiful life? Not just an affordable life, a beautiful one. Staunton, Virginia. Pronounced Stanton. Population, about 25,000. Median home price, approximately $165,000. The highest on this list, and worth it in ways the numbers alone cannot capture. Staunton sits in the Shenandoah Valley between the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Allegheny Mountains. The setting is one of the most beautiful in the eastern United States. Mountains frame the town on both sides. The Shenandoah Valley stretches green and golden in every direction. The downtown is what every small American city wishes it still looked like. 5 contiguous historic districts with over 200 buildings on the National Register. The Staunton Historic Downtown is a walkable collection of locally owned restaurants, galleries, boutiques, and cafes. Brick, sidewalks, gas lamps, and architectural details that have survived since the 1800s. The American Shakespeare Center is here. The Blackfriars Playhouse is the only recreation of Shakespeare's original indoor theater in the world. Professional Shakespeare performances year-round in a town of 25,000. In the Shenandoah Valley, for the price of a fast food dinner, Mary Baldwin University provides additional cultural and educational engagement. The Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library and Museum is here. The Frontier Culture Museum brings living history from 4 continents. The Blue Ridge Parkway is minutes away. Shenandoah National Park is 30 minutes east. Skyline Drive is right there. World-class mountain hiking, scenic drives, and outdoor recreation surround the town. The Staunton Farmers Market runs year-round. Local farms provide fresh produce, meats, and dairy. The food scene punches absurdly above the town's size. Farm-to-table restaurants that would be celebrated in cities 10 times larger operate here quietly and affordably. Virginia offers retirement income tax deductions for residents over 6. The age deduction increases each year, making it more favorable the longer you live there. Property taxes in Staunton run about 0.89%. On a $165,000 home, that equals roughly $122 a month. Cost of living is about 12% below the national average. Charlottesville is about 40 minutes east for University of Virginia level healthcare. Harrisonburg is 30 minutes north with James Madison University. You have access to 2 university towns without living in either. A retired government analyst from the D.C. area moved to Staunton 4 years ago. She had a federal pension of $2,300 a month. In the D.C. suburbs, that pension covered her rent and almost nothing else. She sold her Arlington condo for $410,000. Bought a beautifully restored Victorian home in downtown Staunton for $158,000. Banked over $250,000. Her monthly expenses now total $1,320. That leaves $980 from her pension alone. Every single month. She walks to the Blackfriars Playhouse for Shakespeare on Thursday evenings. She hikes Shenandoah National Park on Saturday mornings. She buys vegetables from farmers she knows by name. She drinks coffee at a locally owned cafe where the barista remembers her order. She watches the Blue Ridge Mountains turn purple at sunset from her front porch on a government pension. Her words on a federal employee retirement forum are the reason Staunton is #1. I spent 28 years serving my country from a cubicle in Arlington. My pension was supposed to be my reward. In D.C., it felt like a punishment. In Staunton, it feels like exactly what I earned. I have Shakespeare, mountains, farmers markets, and money in the bank on a pension. Nobody told me this was possible. I had to find it myself, and finding it was the best thing I have ever done. So, why is Staunton #1 over every other town on this list? Because every other town on this list makes pension retirement possible. Staunton makes it beautiful. Meridian and Clarksburg are cheaper, but they do not have Shakespeare and Shenandoah. Paducah has UNESCO arts, but it does not have mountain valley scenery. Natchitoches has history, but it does not have the cultural depth. Marquette has Lake Superior, but it has 7 months of brutal winter. Staunton gives you mountains on both sides. A world-class theater. A walkable, historic downtown. Nationally recognized restaurants. A national park 30 minutes away. University healthcare access within 40 minutes. 5 historic districts. And a pension that covers everything with hundreds left over. That is not surviving on a pension. That is thriving on 12 towns. 12 pensions that suddenly became enough. From Oklahoma to Michigan. From Mississippi to the Shenandoah Valley. All hidden. All affordable. All proving the same truth that nobody in the financial industry wants you to understand. Your pension is not too small. Your city is too expensive. And the difference between those two problems is the difference between hopelessness and freedom. Here is the question. Would you leave the place, for a town you have never heard of, if it meant your pension, finally? Covered the life you actually deserve? Drop your answer below. Yes, the life matters more than the location. Or no! Roots matter more than money. Like this video, if your pension statement just stopped scaring you, subscribe because this channel finds the towns where your retirement income becomes more than enough. Hit the bell so the next one finds you, because your pension was never the problem. Nobody told you where to spend it. Now you know.